Hey guys, Wayne here. Keeping in line with this fishing series that I'm going to be doing, I thought I would show you what I do as preventive maintenance on my Zebco 33 reel. Basically what I'm going to do is clean it and lubricate it and show you how I do that. Now, fishing poles get nasty. It's just the name of the game. You have them around a bunch of mud, you have them around a bunch of algae and everything else. The line right here will bring in stuff off of the water, so they need to be cleaned out every so often. Now, I want to make things very clear. I'm not an expert. I don't work for Zebco. I didn't invent these, so I don't know exactly how they would do it, but I will show you how I do it. This way may not work for everybody, but this is the way that I do it. So without anything else, let's just go ahead and go in and get right to it. Okay, so hopefully you can see how dirty this reel is. It has been dropped in the mud. It's been, in the water, in the rain. They get dirty. So I thought since we were doing this whole fishing series thing, I would show you how I clean my reels. The Zebco 33s, the new ones anyway, couldn't be easier. And so basically I'll just show you how I clean them and lubricate them. So the first thing I'm going to do is the top portion here. I'm just going to twist it off, and it is going to be tight. Okay, I don't know if you can see in that or not how filthy dirty it is. But the inside there is real filthy. There. That all needs to be cleaned up. That all needs to be out of there. If you ever cast your reel and you notice that it'll go and go and go, and then all of a sudden it'll just stop out of nowhere and hit the water and didn't go as far as what you wanted it to. Well, that right there is a big problem. So we need to get that cleaned up. But I'm also going to take the bottom part off here the same way. Just twist it off. It'll pop right off. The bottom part here is not going to get nearly as dirty, but it does need to be lubricated. So what I'm going to do is drop a few drops of reel oil on the gear here and also on the spring. That's what pushes your spinner up. It's already pushed in. That's where your push button hits. And then I'm going to put just a dab of real grease right here on this gear. But first, what I want to do is get it cleaned up. Now, the line is, if you don't have the line out, it is going to go crazy on you. But hopefully you can see how filthy dirty the spinner is right there. And all around that, all that needs to be cleaned up. So, let's go ahead and get started on that. What I'm going to use is basically just warm water. It's got some dishwashing liquid in it. Some people say, oh no, don't do that, don't do that. Well, I'm doing it, and it works good because it cuts through all the grime. And remember, I am going to lubricate it after I'm done, so everything will work out good. Okay, so I'm just taking my rag, and I'm going to just clean it all the way around. Get it nice and polished. Get all that gunk off of there. Okay, I think that looks pretty good, and you'll be able to tell from the rag how dirty it was. And all that, this is just preventive maintenance. You want your reel to cast really well, and with all that gunk and stuff in there, it just won't cast very well. I go around the ring here of the caster, because that line will pull in a bunch of junk. Okay, and that's simple, easy as pie. So, I'm going to put that down for now. I'm going to focus on the covers. So what we need to do is, I'm going to use the other end of this. Do basically the same thing. I'm going to scrub all the way around. You can see how filthy the inside of that was. You know, I suppose these covers you could just throw in some dishwater and scrub them like you would a cup. But I like to just sit down and take my time and really work it through. Make sure it's nice and clean. Alright, that looks good to me. Looks really good. Now the bottom one here where the push button's at, that's not going to get as dirty. But we're going to clean it up anyway. Just because we can. Okay. Now, let's focus on these gears here. So like I said, I'm going to put a couple drops of oil here, a couple drops of oil right there, and then I'm going to grease this gear right here. Now I'm just using regular old real grease. The kind that I have is generic. It came off the internet in a little plastic tube. It doesn't even have a name to it. So, you know, use whatever you're comfortable with. I go with whatever I can afford at the time. So let's go ahead and get the oil. So we're going to just drop some oil right there. And right there, reel it just a little bit, get it worked in. Okay, now we're going to get to the grease. Okay, so I just put the grease on a Q-tip there, and we don't need to completely douse this gear in grease. We just need a little dab. Just a little dab right there on the side. And then give it a reel. There we go. And that looks good. I'm satisfied with it. I encourage you to get on the internet, do some research, decide what way is best for you as far as oiling and greasing your reel. But this is the way I do it, and it always seemed to have worked for me. So let's go ahead and get everything back together. Goes on and twists. Now this will have to run the line through. Give it a good twist. Reels in good. Now I'm going to take my same rag and I'm going to polish the black here, get some of that mud out of it. Okay. I am satisfied with that. So now what I'll do is get it rigged back up, go outside and give it a couple casts, see how I like it, and I'm sure it'll work out just fine for me. Well, there you go, guys. That's how I clean my Zebco 33. I hope this helped in some small way. My next video will probably be me fishing. I'm going to try and do that Saturday. Now keep in mind, we're in a heat wave. It's probably going to be close to 100 degrees on Saturday. I'm going to get out to the ponds hopefully around 6 o'clock in the morning before the sun really comes up. I'm not going to guarantee I catch anything because here lately, once you get into the dog days, fish really stop biting, and I think it just gets too hot for them. So I might not catch anything, but we sure will try, and we'll have fun doing it. So I want to thank you for watching. I hope this helped, and I'll talk to you next time.